What's going on, Rockstars? Today I wanted to show you this epic project that is a backyard cave. So what we're replacing, you just saw, was a pergola. And so we had to create a giant steel structure that we were able to hang our panels off of. Cut all of our panels, that was me, cut all of our panels to fit the shape that we wanted in the style. And this was quite a process. We weren't able to actually bring in any machinery, so we had to do everything with this genie lift or by hand and cart, which of course made things a little bit difficult, but not a problem for us. You can see us welding all of the pieces there as we get them in place and secured. What we do is we actually have this thin slab insert into every single panel that we're able to create a steel structure attached to the cast piece itself. This has helped us hang panels all over the place. You can see as I'm pulling up the ceiling panel right there, getting it in place. And then the first time that the sun hit just right on the ceiling was amazing. And then as you can see, that we've done some rebar work to fit in between any of the cast piece that we felt we didn't have the right panel for, so we wanted to make sure that it was completely custom. We got the wires hanging out for wherever the lighting's going to be. We got the shelf in the back for where the bar is going to be, and all of our panels set in place. So the next step is actually going to be to fiber coat that, which you should see in just a second. But look at that wicked cave entrance versus the pool or the top side. This is going to be one hell of a project. I just knew it. All right, here we go. We're all fiber coated. You can see that we've left it pretty rough, and that's so that we have a mechanical bond on our next step around with the finish coat. The finish coat's when all the magic happens. That's when everything comes together. But in this case, we just wanted to show every single step. You're going to see on the floor that there's two levels, and part of that is the reason there was already a pad built there for the pergola, whereas we got to make this all one level, one step. So it's a single step to get in, and you can see everything is fiber coated. We got plugs in there, and now I'm starting the finish coating process. So once I've slung my mud, which is what I like to call my finish coat, you have to first roll a base texture and shape in, and then what you're going to do is brush all the edges in. And a big part of this mud's actually a little bit wet, which I remember at the time thinking I probably shouldn't be filming this, but it wasn't so bad that I wasn't able to still get a good texture. So now a really important part of finish work is the brush work, especially when you're working against panel, as you cannot let that seam be seen by any people walking by, right? They want to feel like this piece of rock is one piece of rock. So your brush work is really important. It can also help shape some things, and I like to use the stippling method. That way you won't actually see brush marks, right? So now our finish work is done on all the seams. We just hosed down everything. It's actually got a base layer of color, and I'm ready to get the floor done. So we are going, oh yeah, and then right at that moment they go, hey, can we add a bathroom onto the back of this? And we of course said, sure, let's do it. So I am doing that floor, and it's important that you get good suction on the floor, especially when there was a previous floor. So we acid etched that floor and then saturated it to make sure that there would be excellent bonding. We also added a non-reemulsifying glue, concrete glue, to help with that bonding. And you can see I'm trying to get it fairly level, but not perfectly smooth. I'm actually even gonna, look, I'm even coming in with a roller to make sure I get that base texture in. I want to take out all of those lines. That's really important. Then I'm going to put my release agent on and get my big giant floor stamps. And a big important part of this is mapping out, making sure all my lines are going exactly where I need them to go. Because of the big floor, I had to do it section by section. This is not like your typical stamped concrete driveway where you can actually wait until it's set fairly firm so you could step on it. This is a far wetter process, and so you need to be doing this at the exact right time. Otherwise, because it's such a thin set product, it will set too quickly on you. And there is the Great Georgina Mangum painting. And you can see I just finished doing the seam around the doorway, the door itself, and that top seam. So I was quite proud of this. And you can see how it's taking shape. This is not with any color on the exterior. And the client brought out their tiki torches, which I just love when clients are adding their special touch. And you can see this is actually going to be a waterfall, as you saw from the very first scene. So we got I believe it's a 4-foot power fall to cast into the top of that. And you can see the power and the pump pad is just to the left. And now we have our first scene with color. You can see how that doorway to that washroom just disappears as we walk around. I just love the coloring, how this turned out. Such natural limestone. And there's that finished work. Just the detail that we're able to get. It always blows me away. And here it is with the power fall on. Now, as we told the client, if you get above around the 4-foot mark, those power falls, you can't get a perfect sheet right down to the bottom. But I love the look anyways. It's a beautiful arc. And as long as it's not a very windy day, it still looks fantastic. And they've added all their natural furniture in. It's going to be quite a chill cave. A chill man cave, if it were. You see all their lighting in the bar top in the back. And then they even have a TV on the ceiling for those windy days when you can't get the waterfall on to entertain you. You can still relax in there. Yeah, the lighting on this just blows me away. It was perfect. Every part of that, just the way that it hits the panel and isn't a floodlight. We just wanted to actually enhance the texture at night. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed what we're doing here. If you do, smash the like and sub. Off to the right or left, you're going to see the next video that is recommended for you. I hope you stick around.